In the reserve study process, after we've finished the site inspection and you've answered all our questions, many clients wonder, well, what happens next and why is it taking so long? Well, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. Your project manager is busy interviewing association vendors, researching the latest pricing or material life expectancies, writing the report, and doing the financial analysis. They're working hard to make sure the reserve study clearly tells the story of the current physical and financial status of the association, and they want to make sure you're able to implement any recommended budget changes. We take this seriously because we know the successful future of your association is at stake.
And then we get to finishing up with the reserve study. It's done kind of in phases, and the finishing up is after you have finished seeing us on site, and now we are tasked with getting to the finishing part of the reserve study. This is when the project manager works in the background. They're doing their useful life and cost research for anything unique or interesting that they found on site. They're going to be doing their research phone calls with association vendors, the roofer, the painter, the elevator company, the HVAC service company, all those people we reach out and contact. We develop, and with that information, we develop and update the component list and begin the report write-up, putting all this information from our scratch notes into something that has the work and the body of a reserve study. And that means putting the numbers together. You see the lineal feet, the observations, the field notes, and putting that fundamentally in numbers. Useful life, remaining useful life, and replacement cost, all with photographic documentation when it's involving a site inspection. And then the last piece of information we're going to do, and that we're going to ask for you, remember we reach out to you generally at 3 times. In the beginning, when we're just doing the admin work, getting set up, maybe setting the site inspection up. Then on site, there's typically a 15-minute or a half-hour meeting there when we meet you, get access to the restricted access areas. And near the end, your final homework is the most recent reserve balance. We're trying to get a real tight and accurate projection of the reserve balance at the end of your fiscal year, meaning what the next fiscal year is going to start at. And the numbers are too small to really see here on this slide, but the reserve balance at this place here on October 31st is a little over $88,000. We're going to ask, do you expect to make your budgeted reserve transfers in November and December? Do you have any lingering reserve expenditures that are going to draw down your reserve balance? So we want to get a good, accurate projection of your reserve fund. Then, with all that information together, we calculate your reserve fund strength. That's just math. And we develop a custom multi-year funding plan for your association. And that's based on the components, the expenses that we see, and your reserve balance. Now, I put an asterisk on this because sometimes, as my mom would say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And so we're trying to figure out what's more palatable for you, what is going to be met with more success at your association. Might it be a one-time special assessment spread over 3 years, or could we move it into a higher than normal increase in your monthly association fees, that we spread it out over a number of years? So sometimes there will be a strategy call with you, where we're trying to figure out what's best for the association, what might work best. And we've got all the tools here. So we can see the numbers, we can see what they're telling us. These numbers tell a story. The projected expenses through the years, the strength of your reserve fund, the smoothness of your cash flow plan. And we're going to put that together and finish up the reserve study.
At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.